talk about this to talk about the second original song. Because this went very differently. Because I realized, oh, I could just ask a producer outside of hololive. Like, I could go looking and be like, oh, can we ask this person? And yes, we could. So I remember also once I realized the freedom, my power. I went through some of my really old playlists, not really old, but like older playlists of songs that were pretty nostalgic for me. And I was like, what we got here, looking for ideas. And I was like, wait, TKN. So we asked, and he was like, sure. The first lyric draft that he sent was, yeah, not exactly how the lyrics are now, but it had a lot of the same, it was the same theme. The exact same theme. And I was like, holy moly. This is really nice. And the play on words with Mumei, I was like, there's no way to make this English, even if I wanted to. I think it's hard to write English lyrics for certain genres of music. And especially if you have a producer who is Japanese and probably thinking of Japanese words while writing the song, it's going to be really hard to make it English. But when I got the lyrics back, the first draft of the lyrics, I was like, oh, there is absolutely no reason to make this English. Because first of all, this is much deeper than anything I expected. And even the song is very different than how it started. Like it's I don't know how to explain. It's different. It's not like a totally different song, but it evolved a lot over. Of course it did over the course of the year. Poor TKN san had to wait because I took so long to record. I'm not very confident singing in Japanese. So that's one reason I took so long to submit recordings, because every time I tried, I was like, this is not good enough for the song. I got really into my head, and unfortunately, I was just in my head for too long because I think I had gotten about half of the song in when my cough decided to show itself. So let me just give a round of applause for the patience TKN san had, because I could not record for it at all during that period. And I was struggling to get stuff in before then because of my perfectionism. I still worry about that. I still kind of feel like, if I spoke native Japanese, or not even native Japanese, if I just spoke Japanese better, then I could have made the song better. But it's okay. I decided, you know what? The more I think about it, the less, emotion I'll put into it, because I'll just be thinking so much about how it sounds rather than how it feels, Mumei. And to be honest, we didn't even give the song a name until like very close to the release, because I was really trying to think. I was like, I can't think of anything else. Like I feel like it should be called Mumei. If my name wasn't Mumei, I would think this song should be named Mumei anyway. So Mumei felt like the only option. Like another was, to have it Mumei no mama. But I was like, I don't want that, because then it's a Japanese title, which I was wanting to avoid. I was wanting to avoid the Japanese title, at least. I mean, I think a very clear theme of the song in the MV is loneliness. I mean, Mumei is alone in a world. There's no people. She's like, where the heck is everybody? And also, you remember how I said when I was younger, I was told this isn't just me thinking this is how people saw me. I was told this. I was just like a shadow in a hoodie, because I didn't really talk. I didn't really have any presence, but inside I was like, man, I wish I talked more. Man, I wish I wasn't so nervous around people. But this is probably more common. Or like, I've been like in places in my life where I had friends, I was close to family and stuff. I've also had times in my life where like I've been completely by myself. I didn't want to be by myself. It sucked. I didn't want to be. It's one thing, if you're by yourself and you're like, yeah, I'm chill with this. But I was like, I am by myself and I don't know how to change this. It feels bad. Especially if, well, this is not really like the MV, especially when you feel like you're around people a lot, but really you are by yourself. Because, sure, you could probably talk to the people around you, but just be like, hey, how's your day? Hi, nice to meet you. Stuff like that. Especially, I've talked about this before, I think, a little bit, but I had civilization duties. Fresh out of pre-civilization duties. That place you go before civilization duties. And it didn't work out. And I dropped out really, really soon after because of the social. But that time afterwards, oh my gosh, that sucked. Because I went back home and I remember I didn't have many friends at home before I left, but none of them were there. Because they also left. They also went off to do their whatever equivalent of civilization duties they had to do. I remember. I was like, shoot, what are you supposed to do? So even though I lived with, at that time, at least I wasn't completely alone because I lived with family still. I had Mother Al. But I just remember the times when Mother Al would not be around, she'd travel. Oh my gosh, what do I get? Would I get sad? I was literally there's nowhere for me to be and nothing for me. But the song itself, I think, sorry, I'm gonna try to go back to that thought I had before. What was that thought I had before? About how, even though the song is about Mumei, this is how we got here, okay? Even though the song is about Mumei, I think a lot of people can put themselves in as Mumei and still relate to it and stuff. That's why I started talking about loneliness, because we've all experienced this kind of thing, right? Or a lot of people experience this kind of thing, right? Right? Sure, you're not experiencing being the only person left on Earth and, walking into ghost towns like Mumei and not finding anything or anybody. Sure, it's not that bad, but you can still relate and kind of, I don't know, maybe see yourself in little Mumei looking around.